Hello everyone, welcome to another series of weekly current affairs quiz. Let's begin today's quiz. First question is, the International Day of UN Peacekeepers is observed on which date? 31st May, 30 May, 29 May or 28 May? The correct answer is option C, 29 May. The International Day of UN Peacekeepers on 29 May is an opportunity to recognize the service and sacrifice of more than 1 million personnel who have served under the blue flag since 1948. This year, May 29 marks the 75th anniversary of UN peacekeeping. Next question is, which edition of India-Saudi joint naval exercise Al-Muhayth Al-Hindi 23 concluded recently? First, second, third, fourth. The correct answer is option B, second. Recently, the second edition of India-Saudi joint naval exercise Al-Muhayth Al-Hindi 23 concluded. The sea phase of the exercise between the Indian Navy and the Royal Saudi Naval Force was held from 23rd to 25th May 2023 off Al Jubail, Saudi Arabia. Notably, the inaugural edition of the exercise was successfully conducted in 2021. Next question is, the mascot of the third Khelo India University Games represents state animal of which state? Rajasthan, West Bengal, Assam or Uttar Pradesh? The correct answer is option D, Uttar Pradesh. The third edition of the Khelo India University Games was held from 25th May to 3rd June in Uttar Pradesh. The mascot of the games is named Jeetu, which represents swamp deer, that is Barasingha, the state animal of Uttar Pradesh. Next question is, which of the following food products is not allowed to be fortified in India? Milk, edible oil, rice or pulses? The correct answer is option D, pulses. The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India defines fortification as deliberately increasing the content of essential micronutrients in a food so as to improve the nutritional quality of food and to provide public health benefit with minimal risk to health. As per 2018 notification, FSSAI has notified standards for fortification for 5 staple product categories: milk, edible oil, rice, flour and salt. Next question is, the newly released rupees 75 coin is composed of how many alloys? 5, 4, 3 or 2? The correct answer is option B, 4. Recently, PM Modi released a special commemorative stamp and a rupees 75 coin to mark the opening of the parliament. The coin has a diameter of 44 mm. It is composed of quaternary alloy, 50% silver, 40% copper, 5% nickel and 5% zinc. Next question is, the Samarth campaign on promoting digital transactions in 50,000 gram panchayats will continue till which date? 15th August 2023, 2nd October 2023, 26th January 2024 or 31st December 2023? The correct answer is option A, 15th August 2023. Recently, Union Minister for Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Shri Giriraj Singh, launched the Samarth campaign on promoting digital transactions in 50,000 gram panchayats under the Amrit Mahotsav in Lucknow. The campaign started from 1st February 2023 and will continue till 15th August 2023 under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Next question is, the Udan scheme is related to which of the following? Road construction, regional connectivity through planes, training fighter jets or all of the above? The correct answer is option B, regional connectivity through planes. Recently, the government launched the next phase of its regional air connectivity scheme UDAN, that is UDAN 5.1. It aimed to further enhance the connectivity to remote areas of the country and achieve last mile connectivity through helicopters. Next question is, which areas have been covered on the west coast so far in the journey of Sagar Parikrama? Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka, Gujarat, Goa and Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Kerala and Tamil Nadu or Goa, Kerala and Tamil Nadu? The correct answer is option A, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Recently, Union Minister for Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying launched 6th phase of Sagar Parikrama Yatra in Andaman. The journey of first phase of Sagar Parikrama has started from Mandvi, Gujarat on 5th March 2022 and so far in the 5 phases of Sagar Parikrama, the coastal areas of Gujarat, Daman and Diu, Maharashtra and Karnataka have been covered in the west coast. Sagar Parikrama Phase 6 journey will cover the areas in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, covering locations like Kodia Ghat, Port Blair, Pani Ghat Fish Landing Center, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Island, etc. Next question is, the Indian Space Research Organization is collaborating with which institute to build the X-ray polarimeter satellite? IIT Delhi, IIT Bengaluru, RRI Bengaluru or IISc Bengaluru? The correct answer is option C, RRI Bengaluru. The Indian Space Research Organization is collaborating with the Raman Research Institute or RRI Bengaluru, an autonomous research institute, to build the X-ray polarimeter satellite or XPOSat. It is India's first dedicated polarimetry mission. It aims to study various dynamics of bright astronomical X-ray sources in extreme conditions. Next question is, who was sworn in as the Central Vigilance Commissioner recently? Pradeep Kumar, Praveen Kumar Srivastav, Suresh N. Patel or PJ Thomas? The correct answer is option B, Praveen Kumar Srivastav. Recently, Praveen Kumar Srivastav was sworn in by President Draupadi Murmu as the Central Vigilance Commissioner. Since December last year, Mr. Srivastav had been working as the acting Central Vigilance Commissioner following the completion of his predecessor Suresh N. Patel's tenure. Next question is, who won the most valuable player of the season title in the IPL 2023? Rashid Khan, MS Dhoni, Shubham Gill or Yashasvi Jaiswal? The correct answer is option C, Shubham Gill. Recently, Chennai Super Kings defeated Gujarat Titans by 5 wickets to win its 5th Indian Premier League or IPL title. Shubham Gill won the most valuable player of the season title in the IPL 2023. Next question is, where was the national campaign for updation and verification of People's Biodiversity Register launched recently? Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka or Goa? The correct answer is option D, Goa. The national campaign for updation and verification of People's Biodiversity Register was launched in Goa, marking a significant step towards the documentation and preservation of India's rich biological diversity. The PBR or People's Biodiversity Register serves as a comprehensive record of various aspects of biodiversity, including the conservation of habitats, preservation of land races, folk varieties, etc., and the accumulation of knowledge related to the area's biological diversity. Next question is, Girish Chandra Murmu will replace who among the following as the external auditor of the World Health Organization? Rajiv Maharishi, Shashikant Sharma, Vinod Rai or none of the above? The correct answer is option D, none of the above. Girish Chandra Murmu, the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, has been re-elected as the external auditor of the WHO. He has been elected for a 4-year term from 2024 to 2027. The CAG is already holding this position in the WHO since 2019 for a 4-year term from 2019 to 2023. Next question is, recently seen in the news, the indigenously developed rubidium atomic clock is used for the first time by ISRO in launch of which satellite? IRNSS-1H, TELEOS-2, EOS-06 or NVS-01? The correct answer is option D, NVS-01. Recently, ISRO's navigation satellite NVS-01 was launched by Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle from Sriharikota and placed into the orbit. The second generation satellite is also carrying an indigenously developed rubidium atomic clock. Next question is, who was the first person to win International Booker Prize twice? Margaret Atwood, J.M. Coetzee, Graham Swift or Ian McEwan? The correct answer is option B, J.M. Coetzee. Bulgarian writer Georgi Gospodinov and translator Angela Rodel were named winners of the International Booker Prize with novel Time Shelter. The International Booker Prize is awarded annually for the finest single work of fiction from around the world, which has been translated into English and published in the UK and Ireland. J.M. Coetzee was the first person to win twice in 1983 and again in 1999. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the term Sengol recently seen in the news. 1. Then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru received the Sengol on 15th August 1947. 2. It was given by the adherents of the Thiruvaduthurai Adhinam Mutt of Tamil Nadu. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2 or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently, the Sengol from 1947 has been installed by the Prime Minister in the Lok Sabha prominently close to Speaker's podium. The Sengol was accepted by the first Prime Minister of India, Shri Jawaharlal Nehru, at his residence on the night of 14th August in the presence of several leaders. Jawaharlal Nehru received the Sengol from the Adhinams priest of the Thiruvaduthurai Adhinam Mutt in Tamil Nadu, who had specially arrived for the occasion. Next question is, recently the practice of forum shopping was in the news regarding which of the following? World Health Organization, law and justice, sports, or none of these? The correct answer is option B, law and justice. Recently, the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, said that he will not permit forum shopping. A classic example of forum shopping is litigant approaches one court but does not get desired relief and then approaches another court to obtain relief in the same matter. Next question is, who was the ruler of Goa before it became part of India? British, Dutch, French, Portuguese? The correct answer is option D, Portuguese. In 1510, the Portuguese defeated the ruling Bijapur kings with the help of a local ally, Timaya, leading to the establishment of a permanent settlement in Vela, Goa, or Old Goa. After India gained independence from the British in 1947, Portugal refused to negotiate with India on the transfer of sovereignty of their Indian enclaves. On 30 May 1987, Goa was made India's 25th state, with Daman and Diu remaining union territories. Next question is, what was the theme of World No Tobacco Day 2023? Tobacco threat to our environment, commit to quit, we need food, not tobacco, or tobacco exposed, the secret is out. The correct answer is option C, we need food, not tobacco. Every year on May 31st, World No Tobacco Day is marked to raise public awareness of the health risks and dangers posed by the tobacco use. On the day of World No Tobacco Day, 2023's theme is We Need Food, Not Tobacco, according to the World Health Organization. Last question is, which Sindhu Ghosh class submarine returned to Mumbai after undergoing a major refit at Naval Dockyard in Russia? INS Sindhu Ghosh, INS Sindhu Rakshak, INS Sindhu Ratna, or INS Sindhu Dhwaj? The correct answer is option C, INS Sindhu Ratna. INS Sindhu Ratna, a Sindhu Ghosh class submarine, returned to Mumbai after undergoing a major refit at Naval Dockyard in Russia. The submarine undertook a grueling 97 days return passage through Norwegian Sea, English Channel, and Mediterranean Sea and arrived Mumbai on 16th May 2023. So that's all for today. Do share your scores and reviews about the program. Thanks for watching.